How can God exact infinite punishment for a finite sin? Is that fair? For example, a man lived for 50 years, sinned within that period of 50 years and died, but will be sent to hell to suffer forever, endlessly, for a sin committed within 50 years. How fair is that? Well, there are 5 possible answers. 1. Let's begin with an illustration. If you drop a rock into a pool of water, you would see that the rock creates ripples from its point of entry outward to the surrounding waters. We call this the ripple effect. Sin is more evil than we think, as it also has a cascading and ripple effect. Adam's sin, for example, in the Garden of Eden, affected all mankind. Every sin affects not only the sinner and the ones sinned against, but produces a chain of events that ripples throughout eternity, even reaching heaven itself. Such infinite sins surely demand an infinite punishment. 2. All sin is a violation of our obligation and duty before God. All our obligations to God are infinite in nature. Therefore, any violation of these obligations is an infinite evil. An infinite evil deserves an infinite punishment. Therefore, hell and the punishments therein are eternal. 3. Consider the person you sinned against. Guilt is not merely relative to the offense, but also to the status of the offended party. All sin is an offense against God. An offense against an eternal being necessitates a sentence worthy of the crime, that being eternal punishment. For example, if you punch a man on the street, you would be arrested for simple assault and go to a county jail. However, if you punch a police officer, you would be arrested for obstruction and go to jail for much longer. If you punch the President of the United States, you're going to federal prison. The same way, if we punch, that is sin against God, logically, we understand that crimes against an infinite being necessarily escalate to an infinite punishment. 4. Those condemned to hell will go on sinning for eternity. There is no repentance in hell. The punishment must necessarily continue as long as the sinning does. 5. Even if God bailed the unrepentant sinner out of the eternal jail of hell, which he won't, the sinner would keep on committing evil. And since his soul and new body are imperishable, he would necessarily need to be thrown right back into hell. As Isaiah says, if favor is shown to the wicked, he does not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness he deals corruptly and does not see the majesty of the Lord. All sin is against an infinite God and demands an infinite payment, and this justify why hell and its punishments are eternal. Drop your thoughts in the comment box. Subscribe for more.